This forest, nobody fertilizes it, nobody sprays it, nobody tills the soil. Yet these trees have been thriving for 500 years. And us. Every year, we spend hundreds of billions of dollars on fertilizers, only to poison our own groundwater. Our backyard gardens. We buy every fertilizer on the shelf. We work ourselves to the bone, but miss 1 week, and the plants wilt. The soil turns hard, money down the drain. Could it be? We've forgotten something our grandparents knew all along. The secret is right beneath our feet. You think all dirt is the same? Try stepping into a forest. Bend down, scoop up a handful of earth. It smells rich, moist, full of life. That's living soil. Now look at a construction site. That grey, dry, lifeless dust. That's just dirt. In a single teaspoon of living soil, there are more organisms than all the people on Earth. A real underground city. Bacteria, fungi, protozoa. They don't live in chaos. They have order. They have jobs. They have life or death relationships with plant roots. When we dump chemicals on the soil, we're not feeding our plants. We're killing the tiny friends underground. And when they die, the soil dies with them. Here's what amazed me. Plants are not selfish. When they photosynthesize and create energy, they generously push 40 to 50% down to their roots, then release it into the soil. It's like baking cookies and tossing them out the window. Why would a plant do that? Nature doesn't waste anything. Turns out it's a recruiting feast. The plant is hiring bacteria and fungi to work for it. And here's the important secret. Annual vegetables prefer bacteria-rich soil. Perennials and trees need fungi-rich soil. Plants are so smart, they can change their cookie recipe to attract exactly the organisms they need. What about you? Are you growing annuals or perennials? Drop a comment below. I'm curious to know. Bacteria eat the plant's cookies. They also absorb minerals from the soil to build their bodies. At this point, bacteria are like walking fertilizer warehouses. Nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, all stored in their tiny bodies. But here's the problem. Plants can't eat bacteria. This is where the hunters come in. Protozoa, nematodes. They eat bacteria like we eat breakfast. One protozoa can devour 10,000 bacteria per day. And here's where the magic happens. These predators don't need much nitrogen themselves, so after eating, they excrete the excess. That waste is the purest fertilizer that plant roots are craving. Plants feed bacteria. Predators eat bacteria. They excrete fertilizer for plants. A perfect circle doesn't cost a dime. Once you understand this, you realize we've been doing it wrong. Let's talk about the rototiller. I know. Freshly tilled soil looks so satisfying, neat, clean rows. But every time those blades cut through the earth, we're accidentally shredding their homes. Those precious fungal networks, once broken, take years to recover. And synthetic fertilizers, salty, harsh, toxic. It's like forcing these creatures to drink seawater. They die. The soil dies. And we pour on more fertilizer. A vicious cycle. So what do? Jeff Lowenfels says, Be a little lazy. Minimize tilling. Keep the soil covered. Fallen leaves, straw, grass clippings. That's food for the microbes. They'll break it down, and the soil will heal itself. This doesn't mean science was wrong. It means science is finally catching up to what nature has been doing right all along. This method works in every climate, from Zone 3 in Minnesota to Zone 10 in Florida, whether you're dealing with humid summers or freezing winters. And here's good news. This approach is completely safe for pets and grandchildren. No chemicals, no worries. Will you try the lazy gardener method or stick with the old tilling ways? Let me know in the comments. And if you want to boost your garden faster, there's something our grandparents used to do. Liquid gold, extract from worm castings or kelp. Or if you want to make your own aerated compost tea. Remember, you must aerate it continuously for at least 24 hours. This is crucial, so beneficial microbes thrive instead of harmful pathogens. That's how you send reinforcements to the tiny army beneath your feet. No chemicals, no big expense, just nature doing its thing. My grandmother was right. When I was little, I used to follow her out to the backyard garden. She never bought fertilizer, never sprayed anything, but her tomatoes were always red, ripe, and sweet as candy. I asked her, "How do you do it, Grandma?" She smiled, her hands gently moving the leaf mulch. "Feed the soil, dear. The soil will feed your plants." Back then, I didn't understand. Now I do. She knew this, long before science could prove it. She didn't need to read books about the soil food web. She just watched and listened to the earth. Last summer, I was picking tomatoes in my garden. A neighbor walked by, stopped, and stared for a while. "What fertilizer do you use? Your plants look amazing." I smiled. "None at all. I just learned how to be lazy the right way." They didn't believe me. But the next week, they came over asking to borrow my book about soil. Now they have a no-fertilizer garden too. We don't need to fight nature. We just need to learn how to shake hands with it. Feed the soil feeds the plants feed us. That's what my grandmother taught me. And today, I'm passing it on to you, wishing you a garden that's truly alive. If this video helped you understand your soil better, give it a like. Every like helps this reach more fellow gardeners. And subscribe if you want more gardening wisdom that our grandparents always knew. I read every comment, so please share. Did your grandparents teach you anything about gardening?